This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hand to the sky, what a feeling. 'Cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling, time to feel it. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins.
Welcome, virtual festival goers, to the 2020 Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival, a production of the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust. We're live from Pittsburgh and streaming around the world from the Dollar Bank Digital Main Stage. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the artists of the Juried Visual Arts Exhibition. Here is the president and CEO of the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, Kevin McMahon.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the Juried Visual Arts Show at the Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival. I hope you've had a chance to explore some of the artwork that has been selected for this shows, and I hope that you will enjoy yourself many, many hours. You know, if you've not had an opportunity to look at the art, it's going to be available through the entire festival, so through June 14th. And by the way, don't forget, you can purchase this art. The theme for this year's show is Transverse. You know, who could have thought that such a theme would be so relevant today? A theme that helps us explore a variety of new ways of thinking, challenging our expectations, overturning our current ways of thinking. Amazing that this theme now is so important in today's world. The Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival is proudly presented by the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, and it has been a free festival for its entire history, and we are welcoming everyone to our festival each and every year. I want to especially thank, of course, Dollar Bank for their unwavering support through many, many years, and the Pittsburgh Foundation, the Anathan Foundation. Also, of course, I want to thank all of you, especially you who have contributed to the festival. And by the way, it's not too late to contribute to the festival. You can go online to trustarts.org/TRAF. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Joe Smith, Senior Vice President of the Dollar Bank. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Kevin. On behalf of Dollar Bank's 1,400 employees, I'd like to congratulate the Cultural Trust. You know, this virtual show that you're watching, and we watched last night, we're going to watch for the next 10 days, is very, very special in what creativity the Cultural Trust has shown to keep an event alive for its 61st year. Now, you know, I'm very fortunate in my family to have an artist as a wife who was in the Juried show 2 times, a number of years ago, and my daughter was in the Juried show about 5 years ago. So for all the artists the 900 artists that submitted work to this Juried show and the 40 who got into the show, my hat is off for you because it really takes a lot of courage for an artist to put their work out there and permit everybody to look at it and comment on it. And so we want to celebrate all your creativity. I'd also like to thank the jurors. Can you imagine 900 pieces of work, the awards they have to select? It's a great deal of work on their half, so we want to thank the jurors that were involved. So I would just like to once again thank the Cultural Trust for a great job. And on behalf of Dollar Bank and our employees, we're always very happy that when the Arts Festival rolls around. And I believe this is our 11th year as the presenting sponsor. And we're just very, very thankful to have an event of this caliber in the city of Pittsburgh being produced by such a wonderful group. So hats off to Sarah Ziz and her team, and Kevin and the rest of the group. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce Yvette to take us into the awards portion of this tonight.
Thank you, Joe. Hello, my name is Yvette Spradlin, and I'm the coordinator of the 2020 Juried Visual Art Exhibition. Tonight, I'll be introducing you to the jurors as they give out the 4 Juror Choice Award and the Best in Show Award. In addition to the cash award, the winning artists will be invited to show their piece in the 2021 Juried Exhibition, which we're planning to be back in person. There's also a People's Choice Award for which you, the audience, can vote throughout the 10 days of the festival. The artist of the piece that receives the most votes will win $500. And now I'd like to introduce the jurors. The first juror is Dan Lears. Dan is curator of photography at the Carnegie Museum of Art here in Pittsburgh. He has an MA in Modern Art Cultural Studies from Columbia University and was a curatorial fellow in the Department of Photography at MoMA, where he organized the exhibition New Photography 2011. He acted as a curatorial advisor on contemporary African art in the 2013 Venice Biennale, consulted with the Hillman Photography Initiative, and has contributed to numerous international photography publications. We're honored to have you, Dan.
Thanks, Yvette, and thanks to the organizers of the Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival. It's a pleasure and an honor to be serving on the jury for this year's awards. And of course, it was a very difficult decision because of all of the wonderful submissions from artists from around the region and around the world. After much deliberation and much consideration, and after carefully weighing all of the wonderful submissions over the past few weeks, I've decided to give my award to Douglas J. Webster's Encore. This beautiful pastel on board piece features a young woman standing squarely in the middle of the composition, staring out at us, reading our eyes, while also timidly pointing her toes inward, perhaps indicating some of the butterflies that she might be feeling before her recital. And indeed, those butterflies circle her haloed head in a beautiful layered representation of the stage fright that many of us feel when appearing in front of other people. Webster's search for beauty and harmony in this especially colorful composition is inspiring and indeed a salve amidst the very difficult and troubling times that we've all been experiencing in the past few days, weeks, and months. I applaud Webster's search to find that beauty and harmony through art, and I encourage all of us to speak out on behalf of those who may not be able to do so for themselves and advocate for art and the presence of art in our lives moving forward. Thanks again, and back to you, Yvette.
Thank you, Dan. Our next juror is Jesse Romelt. Jesse is the founder and executive director of Bunker Projects, an artist-run nonprofit residency and experimental gallery in Pittsburgh's Garfield neighborhood. She has curated various exhibitions and advised on numerous arts projects and programs. Her work at Bunker has been covered in national publications, and most recently, her curatorial endeavors were the subject of a Genesis magazine article. Jesse, on to you.
Thanks, Yvette and the Three Rivers Arts Festival, also the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, for including me as a juror. I had the very difficult job of selecting an artwork, which ultimately I went with Arezu's Dream by Dorian Burrill. And the reason I chose this work was I was very struck by the way that the artist's technical approach, their hand in the piece, even at such a small scale, is able to capture a sense of chaos, clarity, and momentum that feels very indicative of the times that we're living in, and contributes to that feeling of the historic legacy of this time. So it was my pleasure. I appreciate everyone. Glad that the artist can be recognized. So I'll bring it back to Yvette.
Thank you, Jessie. Our third juror this year is Richard Hilton. Richard was born in London, England. His current activities involve organizing exhibitions, lecturing and writing on various aspects of contemporary art practice and display within the international arena. In the UK, he worked for public and independent organizations, including Oldham Art Gallery, University of Bradford, Autograph, Association of Black Photographers, London Metropolitan University, and until recently, University for the Creative Arts. His writing has been published in various art journals in the UK and US. He is currently the Diversity Postdoctoral Fellow at the University of Pittsburgh. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you, Yvette. I was delighted to be invited to be a juror for the Dollar Bank Three Rivers Festival. It's been a pleasure. I would like to award my Juror's Prize to Anastasia Davis for the work Untitled C6. This is a very compelling image, inscrutable. The picture plane, subtle use of shapes, scale, collage effects, mirror reflection, the window and open door, the regularity of shapes, the irregularity of the trees. There is a sense of nature and nurture. There is a familiarity to each element. Partial view of the house, the trees, but the compression of perspective and orientation of mirror-like image create a disorientating effect. What does it mean? Although taken outside, looking towards the house, there is a sense of claustrophobia produced by the arrangement of elements in the picture plane. The partial house structure is dominated by the reflections of the trees. Familiar elements are fragmented. Ultimately, the photographic image denies us explicit meaning. We are left to ponder. It is an image, I'm sure, which will continue to reveal the more we return to it. Thank you very much. Back to you, Yvette.
Thanks, Richard. Our fourth and final juror is our out-of-town juror, writer and curator Lisa Ragbeer. She completed her graduate study in museum studies at Harvard University. Her essays about race, identity, immigration, and cultural representation have appeared in The Guardian, Time Magazine, USA Today, and Hyperallergic, among other publications. She's currently the director of art galleries at Black Studies at the University of Texas in Austin. Lovely to have you, Lise.
Thanks, Yvette. And hello, everyone. Greetings from Austin, Texas. I hope you're all doing well during this truly chaotic time. It's been a pleasure to get to know so many Pittsburgh artists through this process, and I'm pleased to play a role in the Dollar Bank Three River Arts Festival, the virtual version. There were many compelling works to choose from. It was a competitive pool, and yet after multiple rounds of reviews, Laura Demenchik's drafts of illuminated manuscripts continued to stand out. The piece itself is beautiful, ethereal even, multiple pieces of paper, drawings stitched together with thread to form a version of an oversized manuscript. Even virtually, you can get a sense of the papers moving in a breeze, turning gently. Yet for as gentle as the piece may appear, the message is powerful. A reminder of the strength of language, the power of words, the power of who gets to tell stories and whose stories get recorded. Drafts of illuminated manuscripts prompts us to consider who holds the reign of the word, written or otherwise. In this day and age, when so many feel unheard, this piece feels particularly timely and relevant. My juror award goes to Laura Demenchik. Thank you, Laura, for this wonderful work. Back to you, Yvette.
Thank you to all our esteemed jurors. I know selecting the 51 works that are in this exhibition from the 500 submitted was no easy feat, nor was narrowing it down even further to choose one artist to give an award to. So I thank you again for your hard work and dedication to the arts. We do have one last award to announce tonight, and that is Best in Show Award. Richard Hilton is back to announce Best in Show. Richard? Oops. Richard's muted there.
Oh.
Let's start again.
Hello.
Back to you, Richard.
Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to be back here to announce the Best in Award for the Visual Juried Prize. On behalf of the jurors, I'd like to announce the winner is Anna Amengod for the work Padre, a Super 8 film, a short Super 8 film. A few words about the work before I hand over to Anna. Anna, your work was roundly applauded by my fellow jurors. This is a very personal assessment of the work, but one I feel that the jurors will concur with. This work explores many themes: memory, love, loss, and even a sense of melancholy. It offers a brief glimpse of another world, culture, time, place, perhaps. It feels deeply personal, but strangely familiar. My love, my accomplice, my everything is a particular touching line from the film. Padre is very short, fleeting, but like a memory, perhaps a letter or a fleeting moment, or a phone call, it leaves us wanting more. It leaves us wanting more. It is also the brevity which highlights how every shot is considered. This is a wonderful, wonderful work. Anna, on behalf of the Three Rivers Festival Juried Visual Arts Exhibition, I'm delighted to announce you as the winner of the Best in Show Award. Thank you. And now we'll have an opportunity to watch the film.
Tus manos son mi caricia, mis acordes cotidianos. Te quiero porque tus manos trabajan por la justicia. Si te quiero es porque sos mi amor, mi cómplice y todo, y en la calle codo a codo somos mucho más que dos. Tus ojos son mi conjuro contra la mala jornada. Te quiero por tu mirada que mira y siembra futuro. Tu boca que es tuya y mía, tu boca no se equivoca. Te quiero porque tu boca sabe gritar rebeldía. Si te quiero es porque sos mi amor, mi cómplice y todo, y en la calle codo a codo somos mucho más que dos. Y por tu rostro sincero, y tu paso vagabundo, y tu llanto por el mundo, porque sos pueblo te quiero. Y porque amor no es aureola, ni cándida moraleja, y porque somos pareja que sabe que no está sola. Te quiero en mi paraíso, es decir, en mi país. La gente viva feliz, aunque no tenga permiso. Si te quiero es porque sos mi amor, mi cómplice y todo, y en la calle codo a codo somos mucho más que dos.
En la calle, codo a codo.
Anna, I'd like to, on behalf of the jurors, announce you as the winner of the Best in Award.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and choosing my short Padre as Best in Show among so many amazing pieces of art. As a POC artist, it is crucial for me to mention the necessity of creating visibility for POC arts and Latino arts, especially in Pittsburgh, where we are so misrepresented. What we do has value, our voices have value, we have value. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Back to you, Yvette.
To all our jurors, Jesse, Dan, Richard, Lise, thank you again. And congratulations again to all our winning artists. Please check out the website to see these works and the other fabulous work in this exhibition. Most of the works are for sale, and 100% of the proceeds of the sale go directly to the artists. This is just one way the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust is helping artists during these trying times. I just wanted to remind everyone to tune in at 7:30 p.m. for the live show from the Dollar Bank Digital Main Stage featuring Inez and Buffalo Rose and hosted by WYEP. And remember, you can support the Dollar Bank Arts Festival, the Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival, and all of the work that the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust does by making a donation. Thanks again, everyone. Stay safe and have a great festival.